What a world we live in. It is so interconnected thanks to the internet. It truly is the greatest invention and it even rivals the wheel. In this world of connection, almost everyone and everything is interconnected. Yet, we come across a paradox. Over 73% of Gen Z report that they are lonely sometimes or always. Chronic loneliness isn't just an emotional experience, it's been linked to health risks comparable to smoking 15 cigarettes a day. I have struggled with loneliness. I try to be connected to my community, yet I never get that sense of connection. How is it in this world of connection, some of us are more isolated than ever? Today, I have collated 6 solutions to combat loneliness, categorized by personal solutions and also changes in society. You are not good enough, and no one cares about you. These are referred to as automatic negative thoughts, or ANTs for short. Almost everyone has them. However, if left unchecked, these thoughts can leave you to feel uncared and unloved for. The solution to this is quite simple. Simply just reframe them. For example, when I have the thought I might as well not talk to anyone because I might embarrass myself, I reframed it and I said, there's no way to see what other people think about you because you haven't even done anything. Reframe your thoughts and challenge them. Ironically, one of the best ways to combat loneliness is simply just talk to someone. It took me a long time to realize this, that you don't even need permission to do that. For example, there was this instance when I was overseas and I was feeling quite bored. None of my friends had contacted me, so I decided to take the initiative. A simple "how you doing" message. And lo and behold, they contacted me and asked me how I was going. I felt connected. On the topic of social media, however, over a third of Gen Z report being constantly online. Passive scrolling exacerbates loneliness by displacing real interactions and fostering comparison. Of course, it's impossible to go off social media completely. However, I use well-being settings on my phone to reduce my time on apps, as well as tech-free zones around my house, such as the dining room, where I cannot use my phone. These are some personal strategies that I tried on my own. However, I'm just one person in a world where loneliness is everyone's problem. So what can we change in society? Well, let's get started on something that's overlooked normally. Urban planning. Currently, modern neighborhoods are built to isolate everyone. Everyone's in their own separate houses, driving solo. Cities should be walkable and should have good open gardens and open spaces for community. Neighborhoods should also be even more walkable, not prioritizing cars over pedestrians. Apartments should have shared laundry rooms to foster connection. Whenever I enter a space that's built for connection, I feel much more at ease and less alone. Then there's the workforce. As Gen Z is entering the workforce, we are opting in more remote applications, which, let's face it, is much, much more convenient. However, employers must adapt by making connection a workplace metric. This doesn't necessarily mean forcing every employee to come to the office, but it just means mentorship and well-being programs. Also, job design matters. Work that isolates people needs built-in social support in order to foster connection and also to battle loneliness. Finally, society itself must shift. Currently, society silently loves the idea of being independent, the do-it-yourself, hustle, self-made. And this is a good thing. But what if the end goal wasn't independence, but interdependence? What if asking for help was a flex, not a failure? We need media to showcase more vulnerability and friendship and less romantic drama. More wolf packs and less lone wolves. So, all of this sounds fine and dandy, but Do you want to make a difference? Well, start small. Ask a friend that you haven't seen in a long time how they're doing. And if you're feeling alone, that's alright too. Do something. Go outside. Meet a stranger that you barely know. Find some connection. The first step doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be real. So, what does this all mean? It means this. Just do something to not be alone. And if you're alone, it's alright. It will be better. So, wake up, live boldly, speak out, and whatever you do, just think it's going to be okay. Thank you.